Originally San Jose, California. San Jose itself is, I think, kind of just a typical California town. How to explain it, I don't know. Well, there's a lot of Mexicans in California. I've noticed a lot more Mexicans now than 20 years back. Now when I go up there, I can speak Spanish to everyone I see. Unfortunately, so many have gotten there and have tried to get across there illegally, and the unfortunate thing in the United States is everything runs on a system. And so if you're not part of the system, then you're working against everything, and then it doesn't work correctly, let's put it that way. One problem is if you have taxes and you have people that don't have Social Security, don't have any numbers, the employer has a problem employing you. If he does employ you, he probably abuses the people that he has, maybe not real bad, but a certain amount of abusement, and then if they get fired and everything, they have nothing to stand on. They're trying to stop something that can't be stopped, because as long as someone has a need, they're going to try to go across the border to make money. Unfortunately, there needs to be some education done too, that it's not always as pretty as it seems. It's not just entering the land of the gold and going to work and making a lot of money to send back to Mexico. It's sometimes very difficult and very bad life, and the prisons in the United States are really worse, I think, than the ones in Mexico. And so I think that unfortunately, the two sides do not want to sit down, obviously, for whatever reason. And until that gets resolved, I think we have nowhere to go. Obviously, it would be a cost for the Mexican government to put in these agencies. Is it of value to the Mexican government? In depth, yes. Probably not in the front, no. But the thing is, you need to have people working there to make sure that each and every person that's going to cross the border has their proper papers. And if they have their proper paperwork, then they can obviously go to work, and they don't have to take a risk of getting killed running through the desert or crossing over a river or being picked up by immigration and brought back to Mexico. All those costs are tremendous. If you could cut all those costs and have a system where people are crossing, correctly, and not having to spend all of this money on watching the borders and who's doing what and where is going where, that's what needs to change, I think. Illegal aliens is a problem, like I was saying. If you have a person there that doesn't have their paperwork, then they're not part of the system. They can use the hospitals, obviously. If they get hurt, they're treated. But who's paying for that? If you're not a taxpayer, you're not paying for it. And so you're abusing the system. And so let's put it this way. If there was a person that had a need in the United States, I would think first that that person that's a citizen probably has more of a right, because they're part of the system. They're paying their taxes, they're working in the United States, and they have more of a right to service. If that service is cut off because of the fact that, there's not enough money, not enough service, not enough people to do the work, because other people are abusing the system, then I feel that's wrong. I think that if someone's going to go there, then they have to be part of the system. That's going to be a problem we all have to face, and what's going to happen, I'm not sure, but it's going to be tough for both sides, because people are going to return to Mexico without work and then not find work here, and it's going to get deeper, unfortunately. When people have a need, then there's going to be more crimes, more stealing, more problems, and that is going to just keep escalating until they figure a way to solve all of this economic problems. I don't know where it's going to go. It doesn't look very good to me, but we can only hope that it comes in somehow or another. The new government of the United States, I don't have a lot of faith in. He has a lot of ideas, but it's going to be a slow recovery. It's going to have to take a lot of people. The rich people that have way too much money, way beyond any reasonable amount of money, they have to come to some sort of realistic view that there is no absolute need to have that much money, one single person. I'm not that much into the Mexican culture. Not that I have anything against it, it's just that I don't like the music that much. It's too loud, it's not my kind of music, and unfortunately every party I go to, it's too much alcohol, too much craziness, and so I just don't participate. I live a quiet life, let's put it that way.